If a forest suddenly becomes too quiet, do not relax. Listen, because a living place is not supposed to lose its sound all at once. The birds stop, the insects fade, the branches still move, but the forest feels empty, not calm, not peaceful, wrong. You look around, no smoke, no thunder, no footsteps, no animal charging through the trees. Nothing your eyes can use as proof. But your body does not wait for proof. Your breath gets smaller, your shoulders tighten. Your eyes begin searching the spaces between the trees. Something ancient inside you has noticed the absence, the missing sound, the broken pattern, the silence where life should be. And that silence can feel more frightening than noise. Because sometimes, the first warning is not what appears. It is what disappears. Animals are not predicting the future. They're not seeing tomorrow. They're not receiving secret messages from the sky. But sometimes animals notice the beginning of danger before humans notice the event. A vibration too small for us to feel. A sound too low for us to hear. A pressure shift too subtle for us to understand. A smell that changed before our mind had a name for it. A movement in another animal's body. A sudden pause in the pattern of life. And by the time a human finally thinks, something is wrong, the forest may already be reacting. That is the real mystery. Not that animals know the future, but that humans often arrive late to the present. A deer does not need a full explanation before it freezes. A bird does not need to understand the storm before it leaves the branch. An insect does not need to know the name of danger before it stops making noise. Their bodies follow an older rule: react early or react too late. And in the wild, late can be fatal. The first hidden layer is sound. Not the sound humans usually listen for, not thunder, not a branch snapping, not footsteps behind you. Something lower, deeper, quieter. The world is full of vibration. Ground carries it, water carries it, air carries it, trees carry it. A distant movement can arrive before the visible event. A deep shift can pass through the environment before the human mind has any reason to care. To a person, the forest may still look normal, but to an animal, the place may already feel different. The ground may feel wrong. The air may feel wrong. The rhythm may feel broken. This is why silence matters. Silence is not always empty. Sometimes silence is what happens after something else was heard. Not by you, by them. But sound is only the first layer. Sometimes the warning comes through pressure. Before severe weather, the air can change. Pressure can drop. The sky can feel heavy before it looks dangerous. Humans often explain this as a mood, a strange day, a headache, a heaviness in the air. But for some animals, that pressure is not a mood. It is information. A small bird does not need a weather app. Its body is already inside the weather. A storm is not something happening far away. It is something pressing against feathers, lungs, balance, and movement. The body feels the shift. Then the body chooses caution. This is where humans often misunderstand awareness. We think awareness means thinking clearly. But many animals do not survive by thinking longer. They survive by noticing faster. They do not wait for the sky to become dramatic. They respond to the first change in the pattern. Then there is movement. Not big movement, not the kind a human immediately sees. Small movement. Through soil, through water, through leaves, through roots, through the bodies of other animals. A forest is never truly still. Even on a quiet day, it has a rhythm. Insects vibrate. Birds shift their weight. Leaves tremble. Small animals move under cover. Water touches roots and stones. Wings adjust. Feet press into the ground. Every living place has a normal pattern, and animals know that pattern. Not in words, not as a thought, as a feeling. This is what normal sounds like. This is what normal smells like. This is how normal moves. So when normal breaks, the body notices. A human may miss it because humans often look for one big sign: a storm cloud, a warning siren, a flash of fire, a visible predator, a clear reason. But animals may notice the smaller thing: the missing sound, the wrong smell, the pressure in the air, the sudden stillness of another body, the shift before the obvious event. And sometimes the most powerful warning is not the disaster itself. It is another animal's fear. One creature reacts, then another reacts to that reaction. A bird goes quiet. A deer lifts its head. A rabbit disappears. Insects stop filling the air. The forest does not need language to spread warning. It spreads through attention, body to body, pause to pause, silence to silence. That is why the quiet can feel so sudden. It is not one switch turning off. It is a chain reaction. Thousands of tiny nervous systems asking the same question. Why did the pattern change? And because nature does not reward arrogance, many of them choose caution. They freeze, they hide, they leave. They stop making sound. To a human, this can feel like the forest has become haunted. But maybe nothing supernatural happened. Maybe the forest simply noticed something before you did. That is the part that makes the silence feel personal. You are standing in the same place as every other living thing, under the same trees, in the same air, on the same ground. But somehow, you are the last to know. The birds have stopped, the insects have faded, the deer is frozen between two shadows, and you are still trying to convince yourself that nothing is happening, because your eyes have no evidence. But your body does not fully trust your eyes. It remembers older rules. A place full of life should not suddenly feel empty. A forest should not lose its small sounds all at once. A living world should not go still without a reason. That is why silence can create fear, not because silence is dangerous by itself, but because silence can mean every other living thing is listening. Humans are not broken for missing these signals. We became specialized in a different direction. Language, tools, planning, screens, maps, buildings, abstract thought. We learn to survive by explaining the world. But animals often survive by feeling the world before explanation arrives. A human asks, "What is happening?" An animal's body asks, "Has the pattern changed?" Those are not the same question. The first one needs meaning. The second one only needs movement. This is why animals can seem ahead of us. They're not always smarter. They're not always right. They're not magical. But they may be closer to the raw signal, closer to the air, closer to the ground, closer to vibration, closer to pressure, closer to the behavior of every other body nearby. We built distance between ourselves and the environment. Walls, shoes, cars, headphones, screens, artificial light, constant sound. We made life safer in many ways, but we also made the quiet harder to hear. So when the forest goes silent, we may not understand it. We may only feel the old alarm waking up under the skin. Too quiet, too still, too clean, as if the world has removed one layer of life. Now return to the beginning. You are standing on the path. The trees are still there. The air still looks normal. Nothing has happened yet. But the birds have stopped. The insects are gone. The deer has frozen. And the silence feels heavier than sound. Maybe the forest is not empty. Maybe it is full of signals. Signals you cannot hear. Pressure you barely feel. Movement you do not see. Fear passing from one body to another. A warning written in absence. Nature is not magic, it is attention. Animals do not always know what is coming, but sometimes they notice what is already beginning. A vibration before the shake. A pressure shift before the storm. A smell before the smoke. A stillness before the movement. A silence before the human mind finds a reason to be afraid. And maybe that is why a dead silent forest can feel so powerful. Because somewhere deep inside us, beneath language, beneath logic, beneath the modern world, we still remember the old rule. When a living place suddenly becomes too quiet, do not ignore it. Listen.